Hey guys, how are you doing? How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Just want to do on a quick little talk on an experience that I had, which is like a precog. Um, I've had a lot of different experiences, but this one was really cool because I was actually living in Pennsylvania when it happened, and I had a precog of the future, which I was actually bringing into the present moment, and I didn't realize I was doing it until I was actually living or at least working there um, in the future. So what was happening was like we had uh, brought a house and I was actually painting the house and decorating the house after we had moved into it, right? And so it was so interesting because even the light fixtures, the trim around the rooms, the colors that I painted it, the rug, the carpet, everything. Um, it was just as it was when I got there to where I was working in the addiction clinic. And I'm like, oh my God, I was precogging that. I was already there in that space. And I brought it into the current moment. So I was actually, this was in Florida and I was in Pennsylvania when I was doing it. I was living there. We had just bought a house and I was doing the painting. I was doing a lot of the stuff there for decorating, like the light fixtures, the trim, the colors of the wall. And when I ended up moving to Florida, um, and I started, which was years later, I don't know, I want to say it was like probably 4, it was about 5 years later, I started working at this addiction clinic. And when it took me a little while to like put the pieces together, but when I came to the awareness that and I was looking at the fixtures and I was like looking at the walls and I'm like, wait a minute. Like I was painting this and creating this in the space that I was living before. So I was like in design of it was part of the creation of the future. So I was precogging, uh, bringing that into that space now. So it was really interesting to see that happen. So like the rugs were the same color, the wall was the same color, fixtures were the same exact fixtures. Now, what are the odds on that? Right? So that was really interesting experience about precogging the future, bringing that into the present moment in the experience. And that was really an interesting moment for me, having that experience to be like, oh my God, and that kind of opened my eyes too, because like I said, I had the spiritual awakening and going home experience, and then I came back into my body, waking up next to, the angel. And then from there, just that's where everything had shifted and just changed from that point. But, the painting of the house and picking out the fixtures and things like that were before my awakening, right? So it was really interesting to see that was prior to my awakening, then my awakening, and then seeing that, you know, in the present moment after, like 5 years after, right? So I would say it was like a span of 7 years, maybe more than that, 7, 8 years. Because I lived in that house, I would say probably about 3 years. I don't remember. Like everything's such a fog, because I'm such in a different place than I am now than I was then. And everything is just kind of like a fog is just fading away. But I wanted to speak about that. Like when you precog. So that is a thing. It does happen. And so I just wanted to share that for you. So if you have any of those types of experiences, drop them below. I would love to hear about them because it's always nice to know that there are other people out there that are having similar experiences, because we keep a lot of things hidden inside of us and we don't talk about these things. And so that's part of what I want people to start talking about them, because it aligns us more with who we truly are, the truth of who we are, instead of hiding it in the darkness in the closet, right? And people talk about coming out of closets, with, maybe their sexual preferences, their belief systems, and or, whatever they need to heal. But we also have spiritual experiences that we need to come out of the closet with too as well. So we need to start speaking about those. So part of the awakening, needs to be spoken about. And a lot of people are starting to do that more now. If you look on YouTube, there's so many videos and people are just talking about it. So through our evolution, we need to awaken to who we truly are. That's part of our evolution, coming from the darkness into the light, bringing everything from the dark that we don't talk about from the shadows into the light. So part of that is our spiritual being, here in the physical sense of the form, the not the human, having the spiritual experience, but the spiritual being having the human experience, right? So either way you want to look at it, we just want to start talking about it and bring it out, because these are things that have been hidden from us and kept us small versus big, because there's so much that happens beyond the human form that we aren't really facing or dealing with. So just wanted to share that, and I'm going to be sharing a lot other experiences and stories on the channel here and as we go forward. So like, subscribe, and share, join, put some comments below, being conscious, of course, how you put them, but allow yourself to share your own precog experiences below. So definitely would love to hear them. And then, of course, I do sessions, coaching sessions, and consciousness talks, things like that with clients. So if you want to book a session, you're more than welcome to reach out to me and contact me, and we can set up a time, an appointment. All right, thanks, and have a great day. Also, happy journeys.